Welcome back. What do you call a duck who likes watching fireworks? A firecracker. And speaking about fireworks, we're going to get right back to Anna, who's live at Memory Fireworks.
Hey Marlon, it is just lit over here. We're so excited. We were talking about, obviously, the Memory Series, the 200 gram, but now, time for the big show. We're getting into the big 500s. So, walk us through what is the difference between the 500s and the 200s and what things can we find over here?
You bet. Thanks for stopping again, Hannah. And we were saying from this area on down, including prairie rose, battling elk, and those kinds of items, that's what we call a 200 gram night item. It's a multi-shot. You light it once and it sends everything up into the air, one after another. And of course, a lot of them have what we call the finale effect at the end, so it just lights up the sky. You light one fuse, but you get lots of shots. And that's 200 grams from this point on down, a powder per package. When you get into what we call the magnums or the 500 gram items, then you get to the Dakota Cowgirl, Exploding Rainbow, Big Time, Emperor. Those are all items that are 500 grams, and we call them the magnums. These are the finale pieces that are big enough that you can still buy them and shoot them on the 4th of July.
And I was told earlier by Dave that these exploding rainbows are very popular, but also you have a really cool deal right now. If people come in, they make a $500 purchase, they get a free exploding rainbow.
Yes, that's true. We've been doing that for, I don't know, 5 years or so. Everybody says, oh, what are you going to throw in? So we made a system and we set it up where the more that you spend, the more that you get in free product. If you buy $500, that exploding rainbow, which we think is one of the most popular, if not the most popular item in the store, 36 shots with a 10-shot finale, you get that free.
Now, you guys have a lot of creativity when you're coming up with naming a few of these. In fact, you have your picture on one of them over here.
Well, and of course, it's not the Trump cake or the Big Time, but it's the Emperor. This is an item that my son and Big Dave here put together. They did it without me even knowing they were going to do it. And of course, I opened the case, and then they put my picture, caricature of a guy called the Dakota Emperor. It's one of those items that if people like noise, that's one of the items that has salutes, and so it's very loud at the end of that cake. It's got great color, 48 shots, lasts a long time, but at the end of it, it's got some really loud salutes.
Well, fireworks are a very sensory type of activity because obviously you want it to be beautiful,
yes,
but sometimes you're competing also to make sure it's loud.
That's right. Everybody comes in with a different budget. Everybody comes in with a different idea of what they want to see. Some people want color only. Then we say, okay, exploding rainbow. But if you want noise, then you got to have the Dakota Emperor.
That is fantastic. Now, you were telling me about another one right over here. We're going to take a look at the M5 and M6 series. Tell us about those.
Yeah, thanks, Hannah. This M6 is a new shell this year. This is called the Dakota Memory Fireworks M6. It's a 6-inch canister shell, 60 grams of powder. Everybody over the years has always known about our M5. That's the 60-gram shell that's been the most popular reload sold in North Dakota for probably 10 years since we developed it. But this year we came out with one called a 6-inch canister shell, and it's made by an unbelievably good factory. It's called the M6 6-inch canister shell. And as you can see, every one of these are going to be different colors and different assortment. And on the box, it even lists what each one of those will do. So that's called the reload.
And of course, it's important, you had mentioned this to me kind of during the break, always exercise safety whenever you're doing these
I always say, 4th of July is a fun time for everybody, but no drinking, no alcohol. When you're lighting these fireworks, you have to be way back from when the person that's lighting them, and that person can't be drinking. It's going to be just having a good time, and maybe after they're all done with the fireworks, if they want to have some alcohol or a beer, that's obviously fine. But be very safe when you're lighting fireworks and make sure you're way back. I like to brace everything, and we talk to people about doing that, so that way you have a good show, but everybody's safe at the same time.
Well, you have quite an incredible superstore here. Thank you for giving us a look at the inside. But of course, if you want to come down to Memory Fireworks, there's 2 locations in the area. We're currently in the Horace location, very, very big location, and also get the Memory Fireworks app so you can see what everything's going to look like before you light it off. We're going to go back to you in studio, Marlon.
Thanks so much, Anna. What a blast off that has been. Well, up next, we're going to have our daily dose of motivation.